All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Monday night presentation of Up2Give. My name is Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles, California. And as a disclaimer, I am not the CEO of the company. I'm not a co-owner of the company. I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I'm simply one of you. I got a phone call a couple of months ago that said, Brandon, we're putting together a company that is right up your field of expertise with blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. But our focus is going to be on education, philanthropy, and charity. And when I saw it for the first time, I did not fully understand it. And the reason why I didn't understand it is because they're doing something different. In fact, that's the motto of the company. Let's be different. It took me a full couple of weeks to get my head wrapped around it. So at Up2Give, we have a strong moral, integral, and purpose-driven vision to change lives around the world through our ecosystem. And we're standing on 4 pillars. The first being philanthropy. We are focused on creating a culture of worldwide giving. The second is education. Reward those who give while teaching them the value behind growing personally. The third is banking. Bank the unbanked through our giving. And the fourth is personal causes. Create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community. We have built a model where people from around the world can come together, get educated, banked, and skilled on the principles of philanthropy and EQ, emotional intelligence, while creating a culture of global giving. During the education process, we will be teaching members how to utilize one of our tools for giving called the Giving Box. This will allow us to fulfill the purpose of our core principles, as well as help contribute to the stories being shared in our community to engage the social revolution part of our culture. Now, here are some examples of our target areas of focus. Education. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development found that 50% of U.S. adults can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. Lack of formal education results in lower earning power and serious threats to an individual's long-term well-being. Banking. Globally, about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked without an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider. Health. Currently, nearly 1 billion people spend 10% of their household income or more on health expenses for themselves, a sick child, or another family member. In fact, we have some 3.8 billion people who lack access to basic health care, and we're seeing that on full display right now because of coronavirus. It is putting our entire healthcare system in a strain. And with housing, currently over 850 million people, more than the populations of the U.S. and the European Union combined, are living in informal settlements. So what is our ultimate goal? It's simply to empower you and people around the world to contribute toward anyone's causes in our ecosystem, whether it is to help achieve a goal that helps someone in your family, your church, your country, your community. It doesn't matter how big or small that vision or mission is. We will bring the nation together to help support those causes, and with our model being a model of philanthropy, we are confident that the Up2Give family will be there for you. Up2Give is a global correlation movement. So let's talk about one of the pillars that we're standing on, education. How does someone get educated in our ecosystem? Well, we partner with a company called Success Training Institute. This institute offers cutting-edge soft skills training in audio and video format on topics like leadership, customer service, professional development, personal development, sales, team building, HR management, management training, and much more. In fact, you can even take additional courses and get certified in classes like how to improve your brand and self-discipline, goal setting and time management, maintaining focus and empathy. We are all practicing right now social distancing. How about learning how to master social skills? Now, these are all soft skills that are not being taught in school. Success Training Institute offers state-of-the-art soft skills training designed for individuals, companies, and entrepreneurs. Here you can improve your skills in less than 10 minutes per day so you can fit it into your schedule. And in fact, we even offer some sample courses for free just so that you can test it out. Another pillar that we're standing on is the banking industry. Why? 1.7 billion people in the world are currently unbanked. And if you don't have access to a bank account, you don't have access to having a line of credit, having a savings or checking account, having the ability to get a personal or business loan to start a business so you can pass it down to your family, you are locked out of the system. We partner with a company called Ooh La La. Join the future of banking. Be the first to send and receive money for a fraction of the cost, access microcredit offers from our favorite retailers, pay bills with ease, build credit, enjoy online shopping, and take charge of your financial future with our exclusive Ooh La La partnership without the need of having a bank account. Ooh La La is a full-service financial solution designed to empower communities. With Ooh La La, you can facilitate and accelerate financial inclusion with our blockchain-powered platform and app. You're able to build a global credit score, access virtual and physical payment cards, secure transactions, personalized offers, bill payments, and more, and have microcredit offers that helps you to build credit history, which is going to empower the unbanked and underbanked community. Ooh La La's mission is to offer inexpensive financial services to this demographic, help establish a credit score, which we will enable them to participate in our formal financial economy. And another pillar that we're standing on, and this is what Up2Give is all about. What is your story? What is your personal cause? You see, I've had 21 years experience in this industry. I failed and I've had a whole lot of success, enough success that it allowed me to walk off my job and work full-time from home. And one of the things my seven-figure mentors used to tell me, said, Brandon, your success is not dependent on the company, the product, or compensation plan. Your success is dependent on your ability to share your story with the most amount of people. And you know what else? You can't do it all by yourself. You're going to need a little bit of help. We all need a little bit of help. What cause do you have out there that you want to champion, that you need a little bit of help to make happen for you? You see, we are creating a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community. Currently, we have more than 30,000 causes and growing worldwide. Here's an example of one. You're going to have access to your own web, blog on our website, providing safe shelter to homeless and abused women and children who's in crisis. Here's a description: providing safe shelter to homeless and abused women, offering life-changing services, promoting stability, dignity, and self-reliance. Nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. 10 million people per year, 1 in 4 women, 1 in 7 men. What is your cause? It could be anything from trying to get yourself out of debt, helping to maybe put your kids through school or pay your bills. Coronavirus is here, so people are laid off or furloughed, or they can't go to work, they can't make money. Maybe you represent a church, and because of social distancing, for the first time in my life, we weren't able to go to church on Easter Sunday. We had to watch it from home on the internet. That means there's no tithing, there's no donations and gifts coming through. That's going to hurt. Or you may want to represent a nonprofit. It doesn't matter what the cause is, it's yours. So you're going to be able to create your cause, upload a picture, have a description of what your cause is all about, and if anybody comes to your page, they're going to have 2 options. Option 1, support this cause, and then join the Up2Give community and create a cause of your own. Or option 2, be a part of the story. Contribute to this cause without actually joining the community, and there's going to be a Bitcoin address that goes to whatever Bitcoin address you want, and the amount of Bitcoin. We even have a community section where all the causes in our community are displayed on the website. So anybody that comes to our website, whether they're part of our community or not, can look through all the causes. If they run across yours and yours touches their heart, then they can contribute to your cause. You don't know them, they don't know you, but you touch them. That is what Up2Give is all about. So how does someone get started? Well, step 1, you're going to get back to the person who invited you, and you're going to set up an account at Up2Give.com, and you're going to pay $32 in Bitcoin. That $32 goes towards your membership for Success Training Institute, which, by the way, is more than half off original price. Step 2, you're going to contribute to personal causes of the community, 0.005 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's at $10,000 a coin, that's about $50 US. And then step 3, you're going to share with 2 people. That is it. If you can do those 3 things, you're going to have a lot of success. Let's talk about the sign-up process and experience. Let's say you're Maria in California. She shares her link with John. The moment John clicks on her link, the first thing he will see is her story. Once John reads her story, at the end of the message, a pop-up saying, "John, would you like to be part of Maria's journey? Click here." Once John has clicked to join, the system will take him to the registration page where he can add his basic information. And John now has 14 days free in the Up2Give community. Now, what does this mean? Well, he has the opportunity to experience our back office and ecosystem. He can take the sample courses we have available on our Up2Give Academy portal. He has enough time to decide to become a member or simply contribute to Maria's cause. Now, let's assume that John decides to join Maria's journey. John has before the 14th day midnight to pay a $32 member fee in Bitcoin for the activation of his education program at Up2Give Academy. He's going to be able to create a story page like the one I just showed, have a user link to share it, and the moment he contributes to Up2Give causes during that same period of time, he becomes a ground zero member of the Giving Box. Now, the more people who contribute to each other, the more that Up2Give is going to contribute back as well. And the contributing happens in stages. So when somebody completes stage 3 in the Giving Box, Up2Give is going to give them a debit card so that you can start monetizing the Bitcoin that you've been given through the ecosystem. This is our partnership with Ulala. It's a physical debit card and an app. With this step of philanthropy, we will start to help change the banking crisis in the world where so many people lack the opportunity to own a debit card. Also, we will make the service available for purchase if you do not want to wait to get it for free for a small setup fee. When you complete stage 4, you will have the option of choosing from 12 different cause-driven programs. Once you have made the choice, you will follow the steps given in your back office, and a liaison will work with you for about 45 days to create a story out of that cause, which we will make go viral. Up2Give will contribute on your behalf for reaching stage 4, a maximum of $1,500 to the cause fulfilling our social revolution part of our 4 pillars. When you complete stage 5, Up2Give is going to reward you with an all-expense-paid trip to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world are going to come to teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, and charitable causes. And when you complete stage 6, Up2Give requires you to give 12.5% back to the community in the ecosystem, and you're about to see just how much that is. Stage 6 in the Giving Box is the most critical stage due to the amount of contributions given to your cause. We will require you to be walking hand in hand with the Up2Give founding team to ensure that we maximize your giving potential. So how does Up2Give strive to be compliant? Well, number one, Up2Give does not touch the Bitcoin of anybody. How many times have you seen companies out there that say, give us all your Bitcoin, you can't withdraw for 8 months, so we're going to trade it, mine it, forex it, arbitrage it on your behalf, and we guarantee you 1 to 2% a day on your money. Sounds good until the owners run off with everybody's Bitcoin before you have a chance to withdraw. We're tired of those scams that's out there. Want something legitimate. That is why Up2Give does not touch your Bitcoin. It is peer-to-peer. Have you ever gotten in an Uber or a Lyft before? That vehicle is not owned by the taxi company. It is owned by somebody else. Have you ever stayed in an Airbnb? That property is not owned by a hotel chain. It's owned by somebody else. See, we're taking advantage of cryptocurrency and blockchain, the greatest financial revolution the world has ever seen. Why? 3 reasons. Number one, it is decentralized. It is not owned by a government, a CEO, a business, or a bank. It is open source. It belongs to everybody, and it cannot be manipulated or hacked. Number 2, it is universal in value. 1 Bitcoin in Japan is worth 1 Bitcoin in Australia, New York, China. It doesn't have borders. It's universal in value. And number 3, Up2Give is permissionless. And what does that mean? It means you don't need a bank, Western Union, or a bank wire transfer to be able to send money anywhere. You can send it to anybody you want with no limit, with a small minimum fee, and almost instantaneous. No restrictions. The only thing Up2Give gets is $32 that goes to your membership to Success Training Institute. Number 2, Up2Give is a major contributor in collective causes. And number 3, Up2Give is a giving model that even for nonprofit identities such as churches is presented as a revolution of offerings in the ministry. The more they give each other, the more they receive. So what do you receive for the $32 per month? An entire ecosystem that will allow you to share your story to the world through our Up2Give.com blog, access to our global education community at the Up2Give Academy, access to Bank the Unbanked with our partner Ooh La La, access to the Giving Box, which allows you to be part of our community blog, and social revolution stories that are inspired by the members' philanthropical culture and cause-driven movement, and rewards for giving back to the community and their causes, which allows us to give to partner with you and create stories of our own when you start reaching stage 4 and above. Now, how does the contributing actually work? Let's talk about the Giving Box. It is a voluntary tool designed so that you can increase your resources to help more causes and at the same time improve the lives of those who participate. Let's talk about the global community line, because that's what we are. This is not a binary, this is not a matrix or unilevel. It is just one community line. Step number 1, you pay your $32 to Up2Give for your Success Training Institute. Step 2, you're going to contribute to personal causes of Up2Give, 0.005, about $50. And then step 3, you're going to be entered into Ground Zero. Now, just because you pay your $32 doesn't mean you're in Ground Zero. You need to contribute to Up2Give causes. Then you're entered Ground Zero. Now, anybody that enters Ground Zero after you from anywhere around the world will fall behind you in the global community line. We're brand new. We have, I don't know, 8,000 or so active members right now. More than that, actually, more than 10,000. But we're looking to have 1 million by the end of the year. Just think of where your position will be for all of that. Once you do share with 2 individuals, you're going to receive $100 worth of Bitcoin, or 0.01 Bitcoin. Not only did you receive everything that you contributed, but you received more. And our stages happen in 6 stages after Ground Zero. So you got started, you enter Ground Zero, you receive 0.01 Bitcoin. Then what you're going to do is you're going to contribute that 0.01 Bitcoin out of Ground Zero, and that's going to move you to stage 1. Stage 1, and this has happened for all of our stages. To maximize each stage, there's a number of individuals that need to get into that same stage after you from the global community line. So for example, stage 1, 40, stage 2, 80, stage 3, 128, stage 4, 256, stage 5, 640, and stage 6, 1,024. When you're on that stage and you reach that total number of individuals in the global community line, you have maxed out all contributions in that stage. Now let's talk about what those contributions are. The more you contribute, the more you're going to receive. And again, we are going to assume that Bitcoin is at $10,000 a coin, so I can do the conversion for those of you that are not familiar with Bitcoin denominations. So on Ground Zero, you contributed 50 and you receive 100.01. When you get to stage 1, and what is the qualification to be on stage 1? You shared it with 2 people who contributed on Ground Zero. On stage 1, you're going to contribute again 0.01, but you receive $200. So you're contributing half of that once you reach 40 individuals in stage 1. Stage 2, you're now qualified to receive up to $400 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to contribute half of that back, $200 worth of Bitcoin, once you have a total of 80 people in the global community line after you in stage 2. Stage 3, you qualify to receive up to 0.16 Bitcoin, $1,600. You're going to contribute 0.05 back, $500 back. Are you starting to see a pattern here? The more you contribute, the more you receive. So let's stop right here. What's the qualification to reach stage 3? All you did was share with 2 individuals on Ground Zero, and you met the number of individuals after you in the global community line on every single stage. You've contributed $800 at this point. However, you receive $1,400. $1,400. Now, why is that number significant? Well, we've got stimulus package going right now where the government in the United States wants to give every single individual $1,200 stimulus package one time? How about getting through stage 3 and getting $1,400 every 60 days, $700 a month? Could that help anybody out? And again, all you did was share it with 2 people, and you got started before everybody else. This is worse. Timing and positioning is everything in this one. But it doesn't stop at stage 3. You go to stage 4. You're qualified to receive up to $8,000 worth of Bitcoin, 0.8 BTC. You're going to contribute 0.25 back. Now, on stage 3, the system will automatically start doing this for you. So in your wallet, you'll receive $5,500 worth of Bitcoin once 256 members in the global community line reach that stage after you. You add all those 4 stages up, and we're talking about 0.69 Bitcoin every 60 days, about $3,400 a month. That is a full-time income anywhere in the world today. That's more than $40,000 a year. The average family of 4 household in the United States earns $33,000 a year or less. That's the average. What did you have to do for this? You shared it with 2 people on ground zero, and the global community line took care of the rest. Are you kidding me? But it doesn't stop there. Stage 5, you're qualified to receive up to 8 Bitcoin every 60 days. That is $80,000 if Bitcoin is at $10,000 a coin. You're going to contribute 1 Bitcoin back, which means you keep $70,000 worth, 7 Bitcoin. Now, there is a different qualification here. To reach stage 5, you must have at least 1 individual who has received all contributions from stage 3 and a second individual that has contributed to stage 4. Once you have done that, then you can move up to stage 5. So you got to help some people. Stage 6, it gets even bigger. How about being qualified to receive up to 64 Bitcoin every 60 days? Now, that is not what impresses me, even though it's impressive. What impresses me is that these individuals are also contributing 12.5% that goes right back into the global community. That's more than $50,000 every time the system resets. And what does that mean, the system resets? Because when I first got started, I asked the question, this is great, but how long can it last? They said, as long as we want it to. I said, how is that possible? Because once people reach stage 6, I mean, that's it. There are no more contributions coming through. They said, no. We reset the system, which means everybody goes back to ground zero. Then I said, wait, are you telling me I have to start all over again? I said, no. You're just going to contribute through the stages all over again. You keep the same organization you had. The people don't go away. Think of it as residual income. I said, Brandon, would you like to get 64 Bitcoin one time or 64 Bitcoin multiple times? That's an easy answer, multiple times. So we reset the system. So if you were at stage 2, 3, or 4 and the system reset, you go right back to ground zero, but in a matter of days, you're going to be right back to where you left off to keep it going. So whatever you received the previous month, you're going to receive it again. When I figured that out, and I didn't get it the first time, some of you that may be seeing this for the first time may not get it. It took me a couple of weeks. But once the light bulb went off in my head, I couldn't sleep. So here's the story. It's simple. I mean, the summary, it's simple. Pay, contribute, share, receive. Step 1, you're going to pay the $32 in Bitcoin. That gives you Success Training Institute. You'll have access to Ooh La La. Step 2, you're going to contribute to your personal causes in the community, 0.005 Bitcoin. And step 3, you share with 2 people. That is it. And that's the presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. You have 2 choices to make. Get back with the person who invited you. Choice number 1, where do I sign up? I'm in. I'm ready to go. Let's get this thing rocking. April 15th comes up. A lot of things happening on that date. That's just 2 days from now, Wednesday. Let's get rolling. Great, stick around. I've got a 1.5-minute video, which is a message from the CEO, Jerry Lopez, that I'm going to play right after this. The second type of person says, Brandon, it's not for me. I understand it's not for everybody. We still love you anyway, but at least do the person who invited you a favor, help them out, and contribute to their cause. Ask them, can I see your cause? Let me contribute to your cause. At least do them that favor. And then I've got another thing I'm asking you to do. Please find something else. Have a plan B. Because today was Monday, and you know what I normally would say? Under normal conditions, a normal world, I would say that most people wake up on Monday morning before the sun comes up to rush off to rush hour traffic, to a job they don't like, to work with people they can't stand, to eat lunch at 12 when they're hungry at 11, to ask for permission to go to the bathroom as if they are a child, knowing that they're going to do this if they're lucky not to get laid off or fired for the rest of their life, only to retire broke, depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. Oh, by the way, the U.S. government says that's 97% of all Americans. 2008 hit, everybody lost their savings, 401k, retirement, double mortgages. But you know what? Those were the good times, because we live in a different world today. Today, we woke up, rolled out of bed, and just sat on the couch, because 97% of all Americans are under quarantine, stay at home. San Francisco just came out, they put a 24-hour lockdown curfew on for the next 2 weeks. So if you had a job, you can't go to your job, you can't work, you can't produce, you're not making money to buy food and groceries and pay bills. Do you think the bills care that you can't go to work? We still got to pay those. What is the government solution? A one-time stimulus check that you're going to have to pay back. It's a loan. So they're already putting you in debt next year. And this isn't even going to be enough. And if you're lucky enough to be in a situation where your job is called essential services, now just to go out there to get that paycheck, you're putting your health at risk from catching coronavirus. And we say a prayer for all of our first responders, doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, but then the ones you don't think about all the time, like the bus drivers, grocery store workers, people that are already dealing with individuals on a daily basis, but they have to risk their health just so that they can make a little bit of money to pay their bills and put food on the table. I'm telling you that there's a better way. I've been retired for years. This hasn't affected me. I make money from home. So if you choose not this, then please find something else. Now with that, let me play this last video so you can hear. Oh, wait, I got the disclaimer. This is a brand new opportunity, so we have minimum data. No income claims are allowed, and your success depends on you. So let me play this last video from the CEO. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope that, if you decide to, I thought I had it up. Okay, I can get it. You decide to work with us, I look forward to working with all of you. Well, that's a new video. VIP founding member info. I have not seen that one. Okay, here's the video from the CEO. I will be doing this presentation again tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So if this made sense to you, it's going to make sense to somebody else. And instead of you trying to explain it, let me do all the talking on your behalf. You invite 10 people, you'll have at least 2 that will want to join you. You only need 2. Have a good evening, everybody. Brandon Ivy out. God bless. Bye-bye.
But there's something interesting that happened to me the other day. My 6-year-old son, he asked me, Daddy, what are you doing in Up2Give? And I told him, son, I'm just building a community of philanthropy. And I just want to help change the world, one person at a time. And I want to be able to give back and change a lot of people's lives. He's like, so can I be a philanthropist too? When you hear that from your 6-year-old and he sees that type of inspiration, it brought me to a quote that I made. That I want you guys, every time that you guys are feeling down, I want you guys to go back to this, because it was inspired to me by a 6-year-old that wants to be a philanthropist like his dad, because the energy that I projected to him as a father and as an entrepreneur has made him feel that way. And this is a quote. Let this amazing community of philanthropists demonstrate that we are one. We are linear. No matter who we are or where we come from, we want to be different and be noticed. Whenever you're tired of running, whenever you're tired of people giving you negative things, just go back to this quote. This is who we are. This is Up to Give.